everyone, welcome to another episode of 5 Hard Questions. Today I am so excited because I have Caterina Licitra Ponti here with me. She's joining us from Stad in Switzerland. She graduated from Regent's American College in London. She's a designer, an artist, and she is also an ambassador of her great grandfather's Gio Ponti's legacy in Asia. Welcome, Kat.
Thank you. It's such an honor to be here with you, and I wish one day in person, of course, Denise. And I'm so excited, and
Yes.
it's an honor to share Vivere la Ponti with everyone. It's amazing.
So the first question, I bet you get it all the time, is that if you ever felt pressured being Gio Ponti's great granddaughter to be in the art world, to be an artist, or did you ever want to be something else?
Well, yes, I actually do get it quite often, this question. No, actually, no, because Gio Ponti, I mean, I never met him, of course, but we have 100 years of difference. He was born in 1891 and I was born in 1991. So I always thought that this was a link, of 100 years. I obviously met him through through my grandmother, sorry, Lisa Ponti. So being one of his favorites daughters, and they work together. So for me that was such a wonderful link, because the love between Gio Ponti and Lisa Ponti was so strong that it was so beautiful. So no, I had no pressure, just joy between uh, love of art, design, and we were so lucky and still lucky that at Vierandaccio we always had links with everyone, like all the artists and designer would pass by. Yeah, so no.
That's
But
nice. Were you very close with your grandmother?
yes, she was my best friend, but still is. Unfortunately, she's passed away last year, but yes.
That's so sweet. So the second question is, um, so you are Gio Ponti's ambassador. How does this play a role in your creative process?
Well, so I created myself. I invented this role, ambassador, because I thought that I have a base. I am now much less in Asia, but before I was more. I was focused in Thailand. Now hopefully go back. And I always wanted to show more about Joponti, because he did so many things in Asia. Like in Hong Kong, he did beautiful things, and then obviously he did beautiful thing in Caracas, as you know, and then in Tehran, in Pakistan. So I wanted to create some events, which I did, to speak about Joponti, but more like in a fun, young way, I would say. So I created this to merge people, like networking, I would say, for myself, but not only because I think I'm very lucky, of course, to be the great granddaughter, but at the same time, I like to share this with my friends and other people too, to embrace this community of artists, designers, and creatives all around the world, I guess.
That's very inspiring.
Yes.
Um, so the third question is for you to tell us a little bit about your relationship with Latin American artisans and how has that happened.
Well, I was very lucky that two of my dear friends, Natalia Creado and Pietro Minelli, they were in Colombia. Now they managed to come back to Milano. Were in Ráquira, which is a beautiful town, very small in Colombia, and it's very famous for terracotta, to make potteries. So then during lockdown, we thought to share this knowledge, ancestral knowledge, with people, which is something that Gio Ponti always did, to work with artisans and bring the creativeness. Like he always brought Fausto Melotti everywhere. And so I wanted to do something a little bit like alla Ponti, let's say. And so they created, but I'm the project manager. And yes, we pretty much we get sketches from all around the world and we produce them in Rakira. So this is like an art collective. For the moment, it's non-profit, but we're talking to La Triennale of Milano to bring the exhibition there, and then some museums, maybe Mambo in Colombia, Bogota, and then we'll see. We have some So I'm very excited. I love Latin America. I hope one day to go, but I feel really, really pulled by it. And obviously, I want to go to Caracas and see Villa Planchar. And unfortunately, Villa Reza was not here anymore, but there's another one beautiful villa there. And then here in Stad, actually, I met Berecasa, Alfredo Berecasa,
Oh,
and Joe Ponti made his parents' apartment in Caracas. So it's such a unique, beautiful bond. And he was like, "Oh, sit next to me, Joe Ponti," since his family used to be in the music business. Like they had a symphony. He gifted the family some beautiful chairs of Joe Ponti and Fornasetti. You know the music chair?
yes.
Yeah, he gifted two of them to the family. So it was such a wonderful encounter. It was yeah, so it was such a wonderful bond that just happened now. Yeah.
That's so how the world connects is
Yeah,
incredible.
and I mean, I'm really pro Latin America. I think it's such an amazing culture. Uh, you guys have everything. You're so lucky. You have all the beautiful nature, and then the knowledge, and then it's so beautiful, like the rituals as well. Ah,
The
very
weather,
lucky.
the
Yeah.
weather is very privileged as well.
Yes, and the food. Yes, nice.
So the fourth question, I believe that you started a new series also in quarantine, where you have combined different materials such as acrylic, watercolor, pencils, markers, and you have like this Greco-Roman influence. How did this start?
Well, yes, it started doing so during lockdown. It was such a moment of creativity because there's no more time. I call it time zero. So it's time for us creatives or in the world of art to really rediscover ourselves and to share this beauty. So well, I was very lucky during lockdown. This small but very nice company called The Archivist contacted me, and they make shirts out of luxury beddings. And they were like, "Oh, would you like to draw? Do something with us? Can you paint?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I mean, I never tried it, but then I was like, "I will just explore new fields." And then it just took all my bedding sheets from that my grandma left me, so beautiful ones with all ricamo embroidery of in linen, and I was like, "I'm just gonna try." And then it became all these beautiful figures of. I love Jean Cocteau, and in an email exchange with my uh, sort of faraway cousin, I would call her like that, Sophie Bouillet Dumas, which is linked between because she lives in L'Ange Volante, which is the villa that Ponti made outside of Paris. And she told me that actually Jean Cocteau was a friend of Tony Bouillet, which is the owner of Christophe, was. Um, Jean Cocteau brought Ponti to the family. So I didn't know this link. So I thought it was so interesting how when I was drawing this inspired or fail, let's say like that, it was actually all linked in the DNA. So interesting. So yes, so I love drawing, and actually now this is my new passion, and I really hope to do more. I will be doing a small art cocktail here, obviously very small because it's not possible to do.
Yes, social distancing.
Yes, exactly. But I really believe that everyone should try and find new ways of experimenting during this time, I would say.
Definitely. So the last question, I believe you already partially answered, but it is how has your life changed with this pandemic and what are your future endeavors?
Well, it completely changed in the sense that now I love painting. That completely, because I'm a designer, I make furniture. So for me, it's a new way of life. I never actually called myself an artist, but I like calling myself an upcycling painter because I use all sustainable fabrics. And I just hope to continue and do more and explore more things. I guess we will find out in a couple of, hopefully not a second wave, but I really hope to keep this concentration that you have during lockdown. It's really the time for self to really find and rediscover ourselves through creativity.
100%. Thank you so much for joining us in 5 Word Questions. This
So
was
much.
Kat Ponti, and stay tuned for the next episode.